I've had experiences that can't be described. I'm asked to tell how I feel, but it's indescribable. I thought that this is a beautiful country, and the people work so hard. I've seen a lady raking the lawn with her fingers. I saw another lady bending over, scrubbing her floor with a cloth, and one washing clothes in a bucket. And they're very hardworking, very ingenious. I was noticing the construction projects propped up with poles so they can hold everything where it is, and the ingenuity of the people is amazing.
And we've seen the widow's might in action, and they tithe even though they're in basic poverty, where it may be a chicken or a piece of sugar cane or a meal, even an egg, and yet they give it. And it's amazing to see the faith that's there, and it just humbles you so much that we have so much to give, or we have so much in the United States, that here they are praising the Lord when they have. It's unbelievable. Just in conversation with Reverend Eric, as we heard during the conference, that the Mothers Union is trying to start businesses and find ways to make money for their programs and support the children and support the wives and the women of the parishes. And Paula's brother owns a store in Minnesota around the Twin Cities. And he has, part of it is his business is he has seeds to sell. And he'll package the seeds that everybody sees, but the growing season is relatively short in Minnesota, so at the end of the season he's got seeds left over. He's been giving them to Paula, and she's been distributing them around Minnesota. But in talking with Reverend Eric, he immediately said, that's a job for my women's union. And he said, and they can grow. They can make them grow, and they can sell them, and they can make money. And so now what we are working on is how do we get the seeds boxed up, shipped here, and then they'll take the seeds that in the United States would be cast aside because you can't use them a second year while they're still very fertile. And they're going to come here, and the Mothers Union are going to grow gardens, and they're going to grow vegetables, and they'll grow flowers, and they'll generate some revenue to support their programs because they're so eager to work. They want to work hard, but they just don't have the resources to do it.
My one word that comes to mind is amazement. I'm amazed everywhere I look. We've had the responsibility and the opportunity to visit villages and churches and be the first white people they've seen. And hopefully we have given the right impression and left a good spirit behind of how our time there.
I tell you, just in conversation, we've looked around and said, you see it on TV and you see it in movies, the stark living style and people walking instead of driving, and children with bare feet walking with their little rice bucket going to school, and so proud to be able to go to school and not knowing what poverty they're in. And you see it and it breaks your heart, and you just kind of say, how do I help this? How do I help change this situation? And as Paula said, how can someone come here and ever go back the same person? You can't.
And I'm just increasingly amazed with the friendliness, with the true purity of the spirit and in the religion, the church services, and in the things they share with us. And I see all of this. I see hope that they're looking for something, but dealing with everyday life in the way that's necessary to do. It's not a hard life, and not an easy life. It's a hard life, and it just totally changes who you are when you see it. When I go back to what we think we need at home and everything that everybody takes to be a necessity of life, I'll look at all of that differently now. The necessities of life aren't all of the things that we have. The necessities of life are things that we have and take for granted that these people don't have and that we could help provide.